back to the Ladies Lounge. I'm your host, Erica Kane, and thank you for tuning back in to us. And today, we got Shardaye. Y'all know Shardaye by now. This like
I'm gonna say, if you don't, like, you gonna get to know me today.
Baby, you see, I took a sip on that. But we got Miss Shardaye back, and today, honey, we talking about the healing process, healing journey. I already told her I'm just sitting back for the ride. She might as well be host today, cause
I mean, I have no problem with it, cause again, like, everybody healing journey is different, and then I'm trying to get people out of that mindset of like, oh, when you say you healing, okay, you got an issue, you gonna work on it, you done worked on that issue, and then you feel like in your mind that you didn't heal from that, it's not gonna come back up. That's not the case, because you can meet somebody and they can trigger something in you, and you be sitting there thinking the whole time like, dang, I thought I healed from this. No, apparently you didn't. That's why it goes to show, like, you supposed to know your triggers. And then with me, like, I have been dealing with stuff for as long as I can remember, but because I'm so private, like, I don't like to throw my stuff on other people. If I'm going through stuff, I will literally isolate. Once I feel like I done got through it or whatever, I'll pop back out. And most people be like, oh, well, Shardaye, you been acting funny. No, I just don't like being a burden on other people. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, you could tell somebody what's going on, and then the only thing they will say is was like, oh, well, it's going to be okay. Well, in that moment, I don't want to hear that. Like, it might be okay with time and all of that, but in that very moment, like, I don't want to hear it's going to be okay. Like, I need a solution. Like, help me get to this end so I can get past that or whatever. And, like, for example, many people that's, like, in my circle, you know what I'm saying, know that I lost a best friend to suicide. And I never did just grieve that the way that I needed to. I kind of like swept it up on the rug because my cousin had to call me and tell me that my best friend committed suicide. So when I got that phone call, of course, you know, I got all these different type of thoughts, emotions going through my head or whatever. And I still was in denial. Like, no, my friend not gone. She's still here. Yes, I was in denial until I literally seen her in the casket. Like, I didn't cry. No, none of that. I did not show any type of emotion until I seen her laying in the casket. And even then, I'm still just like, well, okay, well, why did she commit suicide? Because I had just talked to her. Couldn't nobody give me no answers. So, of course, I got all this resentment and anger and all of that. Fast forward. Okay, I had to deal with the death of my grandma. That happened like 2 years after my friend committed suicide. So again, here I am that I haven't properly grieved this situation. Now I got to grieve something else. Again, when I got that phone call, how the conversation went was, my daddy called me because I was away at school. And he said, oh, Shardaye, what you doing with the woo? I'm like, nothing. I'm chilling. Like, what's up? He was like, oh, nothing. Well, I'm going to come down there later on or whatever because I'm bored. Red flag. Something just went off because I'm sitting up here like, you don't never come down here. Never. Then you talk so you bored. So I was just like, okay. What's up? So now I'm on high alert. And again, he waited a few minutes. He called back. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come down there and get you. Okay, cool. So I went in like penny mode because I'm like, something up. Because again, he don't just come down here. So he come get me, him and my uncle. And it wasn't until we dropped my uncle off at his house. I walk in the house and my auntie hugged me and said, I'm sorry for your loss. Now remind you, I'm sitting up here like, what loss? What you talking about? Like, what is going on? She was like, your grandma. When I say my heart dropped, y'all, because everybody know, like, that was my lady. Like, That was my girl. And the fact that y'all let me go all day and y'all ain't told me nothing. Again, still in denial. I'm like, nah, she playing. My grandma ain't gone. I'm talking about when we got to the house, because where my grandma said she stayed in front of me, I literally went in her house. I didn't unlock the door, walked in there and everything. Still in denial. It's cold in there. It took me to see her in that casket for me to realize that she was gone. And I don't know why I processed death like that. I don't know. Because if you call me and be like, so-and-so dead, I'm just like, no, they not. But then when I see them in the casket, then I come to realization, like, okay, they gone. But if you call me, I don't know why my brain operates like that. I don't know. So, dealing with all of that, I want to say, because that happened in 2012. I want to say the end of 2012, probably the beginning of 2013. Okay, my mommy hit me with a text message. Thomas on her and my daddy finna get a divorce. Mind you, it's during finals week. The wrong time to be trying to tell me stuff. It's finals week. And I'm like, oh my God, like what? And I'm sitting here like, y'all done been married more than 10 years. Like, y'all can't work it out. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is you would think because at this time I'm grown, my mama did getting a divorce, it's not gonna faze me. But it messed me up because I'm just like, how you throw away a 10 plus year marriage? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? It took me to get older and other stuff to happen for me to realize, like, you know what I'm saying? People grow apart. And then the fact that they had a conversation and to come to the realization that y'all really got a divorce because of miscommunication. If they would have sat down and just had a conversation, they probably could have fixed their marriage. Which is sad, because I'm just like, they probably ain't the only people out there that this didn't happen to. Like, y'all real deal just throw people away, push them to the side, all because of miscommunication. And people will tell you, like, if I love you, I'm going to ride with you right or wrong. You got issues, I help you get through your issues. Because I don't like giving up on people. I never have, and I probably never will. That's just me. So when I see people just discard people and all of that, I don't like that. Because I'm just like, can you honestly say that you tried everything in your power to fix this friendship or this relationship and stuff like that? And when you really think about it, most people will probably say no. Which is sad. Because folks be messing up bonds and stuff with people. But me, and then what really just got me on this healing journey, because the Lord, like I said, I tell people I am very spiritual, but it took me a minute to get in tune with myself. Because he'll throw little gems, little signs or whatever, I ignored. But it took my recent breakup for me to just come to the realization, like, okay, he's trying to get my attention. Because everybody knew, okay, I had issues with my mom, I had issues with my dad. Because it was a point in time, I didn't talk to my daddy for a whole year and a half. Because of the stuff that was going on between him and my mama when they went through their divorce. Because me and my sisters was literally like in the middle. Y'all hate each other. So instead of y'all having a conversation and coming to terms, okay, this is what needs to happen, this is what we need to do and stuff like that, they was pulling me and my sisters in the middle. And people be sitting up there like, okay, but Shardaye, you grown and stuff like that. I understand it, but if you used to your parents being together, you don't want your parents to break up and stuff like that. And then the fact to see them like going at each other's throats, like that messed me up. Cause I'm just like, these are two people that's supposed to love each other. And y'all acting like y'all hate each other. It was a point they couldn't be in the same room together. My mom be mad at my daddy. She'll block him. And she'll sit up there and tell me and my sisters, like, I'll tell you daddy this, that. And we be sitting there looking like, why is we in the middle of y'all stuff? It got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I can't deal with that. I got my own stuff going on. Remind you, I haven't really grieved the death of my friend. I hadn't really grieved the death of my grandma. Now, on top of that, I got to deal with y'all stuff. Then, on top of all of that, like a lot of people don't know, like my freshman year of college, like somebody took advantage of me and I didn't properly grieve that. I did not deal with it. I self-medicated. Like I used other stuff to get that pain to go away. So now I got to deal with that, the death of my grandma, the death of my friend, plus all of the stuff that was going on with my mom and daddy. That's enough to make anybody snap. So of course I'm walking around mad at the world and stuff like that. And I remember when I got home, like when I moved back to Little Rock in 2014, me and my mama had a conversation. She just kept saying to me, Shardaye, you just mad at the world. You just mad at the world or whatever. And I'm sitting there trying to get her to understand, like, I'm mad at the world for a reason. Because I got all of this going on, trying to process all of this. And I don't know how to express it because I grew up in a household, like, they made it to where you don't express yourself. I could go to my mama and tell them how I felt. Like, my mama was married. Yeah, they provided a roof over our head. But growing up in that house, it was cold. I actually seen my mom and daddy fist fight before. And as a kid, that'll mentally mess you up too. You know what I'm saying? So, it took all of that, trying to bury all of that. And it was just like one day, I was just like, you know what? I'm just tired of being mad. I was just like, you know, I'm going to go to counseling. Yeah, and you know, in the black community, we look at counseling like, oh, something wrong with you and stuff like that. But I woke up one day, I'm like, you know what, I'm just tired of being mad. I'm just tired of going through stuff. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go to counseling. And I swear, like, I went, and at first it was weird because, again, it ain't something that we not taught up to be like, oh, let's go to counseling, something wrong. You know, we brought up, it's like, oh, what happens in this house stays in this house. And I'm just like, okay, if stuff going on in this house and it's messing with me mentally, like I need to go to an outside source because previously what we doing is not working. Because I promise you, when I say it was like so many times, like I just wanted to end it all. Like I was just like, forget everybody, forget everything. I'm tired of this. So I go to counseling and it helped because she helped me, you know, get my thoughts out in a different way, like journaling and stuff like that. Because I told her, I was just like, I understand, you know, you going to be here to help me, but I'm just like, if it come down to it, like the last result, we not going to do medication. Because I work in the mental health field, and I know what that medication can do. Because it's like, after you take that medication for so long, it gets to the point where you grow dependent of it. And I was just like, I do not want to be dependent on medication the rest of my life. So I was like, there's going to be a last result. Like, we will try everything up on the sun. We going to try journaling, meditation, whatever. We gonna try everything up on the sun before we get to that point. So she helped me do, you know, journaling and stuff like that. But it took recently for me to get into meditation. And again, what brought that about was my recent breakup. Now, me and this dude was together, and I'm always making sure he's straight and stuff like that, to the point where I was neglecting myself. I was putting his needs before my needs. And you know, most people be like, well, Shardaye, you shouldn't do that, you know what I'm saying? But when you love somebody, you gonna make sure they straight at all given times. And so, again, I was neglecting myself. And a lot of people don't know, like, in the beginning parts of their relationship, like, I was not happy. Now, I'm not gonna tell him that because I don't want him to think, like, oh, like, she weak and stuff like that. Because, again, I wasn't a vulnerable type. I don't like people to see me and my weakness and stuff like that. So I just chuck that shit up, keep it pushing. But yes, when we first got together, it was just like, I was not happy. And it wasn't because of him. It was just like, I was just unhappy with myself because I was going through so much that I haven't properly dealt with. So I got with him, and it was just like, I would see parts of me in him. And I'm just like, okay, I got to work on this. I got to work on this. And, you know, at a little bits piece of time, you know, I was working on it. And then again, the Lord was just dropping hints because it was just like, okay, yeah, you need to work on this. So I'm gonna push this issue so you can work on it. Cause it was like with my mama, I wanted to fix that relationship with my mama, but it was just like he kept making her like just poking me. In order, I ain't have no other choice but to fix their relationship because I literally, like, my mama literally, like, told me one day, like, basically saying in so many words that the reason that she treated me the way that she did or she didn't give me the love that I needed was because she saw herself in me. And you know, as a kid, you sit up there like, well, what that got to do with me? I didn't ask to be here. You brought me here. So the fact that you mistreated me, didn't give me the love that I thought I deserved because you saw yourself in me. And then again, it took me to get older and go through life and stuff like that to realize, like, but she didn't know no better because she was dealing with her own issues with her mama. So she was doing the best she can. And when I finally realized that, it was just like, I finally just let it all go. I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to hold this resentment, this anger, this bitterness towards her. Because again, she didn't know no better. So, dealt with that. Fast forward, my ex or whatever, he ended up losing somebody close to him. So, I'm trying to be mentally strong for him, but at the same time, dealing with my own family stuff. And do you not know how hard it is to put your own feelings to the side, your own problems to the side, to be mentally strong for somebody else? And when I say I did that for like a whole year and a half, like it literally broke me. Like it almost broke me out because, like I told you, I wasn't gonna cry, but it literally almost broke me because the fact, like, okay, the person that I need to call on, I couldn't call on because they dealing with their own stuff. Then the person who I have the issue with, I can't call them because we at odds. And I had already knew, like, I can't call this woman and tell her this how I feel, this how I feel, because it's gonna go in one and out the other. Because all the failed attempts that I had tried to do that, it was just like she kept saying, well, I'm not gonna keep apologizing. I'm not gonna keep apologizing. But in my mind, I'm just like, in order to stop apologizing, like, you would have to apologize first anyway. And she never did just really apologize and just be like, Shardaye, I'm sorry for treating you like this, or Shardaye, I'm sorry because this happened. Because for the longest, when I say I had hated her, I resented her because how she presented the information to me about my grandma. When this situation happened in school, I literally called her and cried. Like, I was just like, just let me come home. I'm ready to come home. And it was just the fact, like, she would not come get me. She just kept saying, Thomas, oh, you just homesick. You gonna stay down there. Whatever it is that you dealing with, just figure it out or whatever. Just deal with it. And me, and I'm just sitting up here like, bro, somebody just took advantage of me. And you want to sit up here and tell me to suck it up and deal with it. How? How do you tell your child it? Because, again, she grew up, and I'm talking about she used to stealing me and my sisters like a mother knows. Oh, a mother knows when her child is upset. A mother knows when her child is XYZ. But you couldn't pick up that I was going through something. So for the longest, like, when I say I hated her, I resented her, like, it just took recently for me to just, like, let all that go. Because I'm just like, the longer that I hold on to this, the longer I stay mad at her, the longer I prolong my blessing. Because I'm just like, yeah, you had your own stuff going on. And again, you didn't know no better. So, of course, if you going through your own stuff, you probably couldn't pick up that something was going on with me. But, you know, me being a child and that's my mama, I'm not thinking about that at the time. So, I was just like, okay, I'm going to let all this go. And I'm going to start on my healing journey. So, I did. And when I tell y'all, that was like the most hardest decision I ever had to do because I had to come to the realization that, yeah, this my mama. Yes, I love her. But I got to cut ties with her. Because the longer I stay connected to her, it's going to mentally drain me. Because even now, it's just like she going through her stuff. Now she'll tell me like, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with her," but I can tell like she be going through her little storm or whatever, and it's just like I'm already dealing with enough, trying to process my own stuff, and you still stuck in this past. Like you don't want to get help. Like you don't want to right your wrongs, and I can't make you right your wrongs. So I'm just like, you know what? I can love you from a distance. And for me, that was like hard to do because I'm just like, I used to talk to this woman every day. So to go to talk to her every day, to not really talking to her, like that was a big change. Even with my ex. Okay, I was mad that me and him broke up, but it's like, what is the Lord trying to teach me? Like, what is He trying to show me? And it took me to go through that and process my emotions and stuff like that to realize, like Shardaye, you can't keep pouring into a cup. You can't keep pouring into people that's not pouring into you. And when I say it makes so much sense, because I'm just like, I have been doing it all my life. Making sure this person's straight, making sure this person's straight, making sure this person's straight. But who makes sure Shardaye is straight? Because at the end of the day, I got to make sure I'm straight at every given time. Because at the end of the day, all I got is me. So it took me to come to that realization and just like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to go through my healing process and just let everything go. And trying to surrender and let everything go, that by itself is a process because you still be wanting to ask yourself, like, okay, well, why did this happen? Why this happen? But when you really just let stuff go, then you realize that everything happens for a reason. And it took me forever to come to that realization. Because I don't like letting people go. Like I said, if I say I love you, yes, I mean it to like the longest. Like I promise y'all, I told y'all I wasn't gonna cry, y'all. I told y'all I wasn't gonna cry. But it's just the fact, like, I see now the Lord wanted me to go through these different type of situations, come across these different type of people to just let me know, like, Shardaye, you got to stop being there for everybody else. You got to be there for yourself. Now, if they really your people, you gonna know it. You they gonna show up for you or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it literally took me like lesson after lesson after lesson. And they also, like the old people say, if you didn't learn that lesson the first time, the Lord gonna send another situation your way for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say the same, I ain't gonna say the same situation, but like certain stuff just kept coming up in different ways to get me to deal with family issues and all of that, and to just let stuff go. Like, yeah, when I say it just feels so refreshing. Like, for real. Because I can honestly say, like, now, I'm doing what makes Shardaye happy. And I can honestly say that I would have never done that if I would have never started my healing process when I did.
Okay.
So.
Okay. When we come back, because we're going to take a little break, y'all know we got to take a break.
Right. I got to get myself together.
When we come back from our break, Miss Shardaye gonna tell us exactly how she started the healing process, what they look like, feel like, and where she's at today in that. So if you haven't already liked or subscribed, please do so at this time. Let us know down in the comments. Are you on your healing journey? Do you need to start your healing journey? Where we at? Because everybody got something they got to heal from. Have you already mastered your healing journey and you know what to do when, tragic situations arise upon you? Well, we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back. Thank you. This has been the Lady Lounge with Erica Kane. Welcome back to the Ladies Lounge. I'm your host, Erica Kane, the big one, not the little one, you know what I mean? And we still got Shardaye here. Y'all know Shardaye. She has told us about her story on the first half, and now she's gonna tell us about this healing journey, what she did, tips that might can help, where she is right now on the journey. So we're gonna tap back in.
Yes.
I'm just gonna call this surviving Shardaye.
Not surviving.
She's surviving. She survived.
I mean, yeah, I can be a lot of times, but it's all love.
No, I'm not saying it like that.
Look, it's
what? Just we all.
I just got a big personality. I
Yeah,
guess.
we all go through things in life, and sometimes we go through things back to back. That's really what life is. Life is going through things.
Cause life be lifing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see how you come out on the other side of what you've been through.
And the crazy thing about it is, like, people wouldn't think that I didn't been through some of the stuff that I've been through. Because, again, I'm goofy. I'm always laughing. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I mean, I just had to, I ain't going to say, well, at first swept it up under the rug and just kind of buried it. Because I'm just like, I don't want to project it on other people. But it's just the fact that, like, after you keep getting hit back to back to back to back with stuff, you can't help but for that to project on people. And that was one of the reasons why I was just like, okay, I got to go to counseling. And true enough, I went to counseling. And it's a beautiful thing. I love my counselor. I love her. She's like the bomb.com. Because I can go up in there and just me, no judgment. Because it's been a few times she probably was just like, yeah, she a bit much. Like, she a bit much. But I know, like, again, it's all love. And then that was the first part of my healing journey. But I have since added, like, journaling. And then, like, in the morning, I'll go, like, walking and running. But, like, the major part of it is meditation. Because I can sit there. I have my meditation music playing in the background. And I can just sit there and just process my thoughts.
My thing with meditation, because I use a spiritual guide. I got a spiritual guide, and she be telling me to meditate. But it's the fact that when I'm sitting there not thinking about nothing, I'm thinking about stuff.
That's the point of it.
Well,
that is the beauty of it.
I could be still up doing other stuff and thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, but see, when you're doing other stuff, you're really not thinking about it. You're not processing it. Like, when you are meditating, I'm talking about, like, you are at a standstill. Like, it's gonna make you, like, even stuff that you thought that you forgot about, like, stuff that you thought that you didn't want to think about, sit there in that room and either just no music, your meditation music, it's going to come up. You're going to deal with it. And that was my hardest thing, because I'm just like, I don't want to have to sit there and process my thoughts, especially all of them at the same time. That's why one of my coping skills was always moving, always working. And it took my therapist, it was just like, but if you're doing it, you're not really doing the healing work. You're not looking within, because you are training your mind not to process it. That's why you always want to be busy. That's why you always working all these jobs and stuff like that, because you don't know how to sit still and process your emotions and your thoughts like you need to. And when I first did it, oh my God, I swear to God, y'all, I thought I was finna go crazy, because I'm telling you, all that stuff that I buried, that I thought that I wasn't gonna talk about, she brought it to the surface. It was like having a Band-Aid on a wound and she ripped it off and poured salt on it. That's what it felt like. That is exactly what it felt like. Like, I had to sit there and deal with it. Because I'm sitting there like, yeah, I didn't deal with my emotions and stuff with my mama. No, I haven't. I thought I did. But when that first meditation session, oh yeah, I was sitting there crying, meditating. And I'm just like, maybe I ain't doing it right. I ain't know you supposed to cry doing meditation. She said, the fact that you are crying lets me know that you're doing it right. So I was just like, oh, okay. Because I promise you, like, if you done been through so much stuff, you don't want to have to deal with all that at one given time. Because I'm the type of person, like, okay, I'm going to focus on this one thing, deal with it. Okay, the next day I'll deal with this one thing. You sitting there meditating, And I'm talking about when you just like all the way relax. Oh yeah, them thoughts gonna come hitting you like arrows at the same time. And you have to sit there and process it. And like I said, in the beginning it was hard because I wasn't used to that. But it's like the more that I do it, I was just like, okay, this what it is. Release it, let it go.
Now I'm gonna be very honest. I know I need to do some soul work myself, but I do. But I'm just I don't want to right now.
I mean, it's okay. Everybody ain't ready. Cause again, like I remember it was a time when my mama tried to make me go to therapy. She was just like, "Oh, you just mad at the world. You need to go to counseling." I'm talking about she had picked out the counselor for me, set the date and everything. And when I got there, I was just like, this. I had already knew in the back of my mind it wasn't gonna work because I don't know if it was the type of question she was asking. I don't know what it was, but I didn't like her. I just did not like that therapist. Like, no. And I think after that first setting, I did not go back. I was just like, mm-mm. But then when it took me actually wanting to go on my own and I found my own therapist, I was just like, yeah, that wasn't going to work anyway because I wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. The fact that you making me go, that wasn't going to work anyway.
Yeah. My whole thing is I don't want to cry right now. And like, I mean, you know, I'm just saying,
I mean, that's understandable.
Cause for real, I mean, we now, if especially you, somebody might, we not you gonna go on another journey. This just the first one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I remember in my, you know, at different points in life, we are, you know, so it's a constant thing. So you already know, like sometimes you just don't feel like I don't feel like unpacking the shit right now. Even though I know I need to, which I'm gonna unpack it. I don't want nobody to think like, oh, this bitch is great. I'm gonna unpack it, but I'm saying like the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's just like
heavy on me, and I'm just like, hold on, wait, bitch. Golly, you see, I'm trying to get this bill money. Golly, hold on. But
yes, Alex. But that's how you know if you found the right therapist or not. Because if you find the right therapist, you're gonna want to open up. You're gonna want to open up. But I mean, I understand it because I'm telling you, that's how it was. It was just like, okay, this didn't happen. Let me throw that in the backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, this didn't happen. Let me throw that in the backpack. So it's just like I'm walking around with all this stuff that didn't happen in this backpack to the point the backpack done got full. Yeah. Can't nothing else go in. That's why I was literally like on the verge of freaking snapping. And I think that's why me and my ex-boyfriend used to just clash all the time because I'm dealing with stuff. He was dealing with stuff. And all the stuff that we both were dealing with was coming into the relationship. And then because I'm dealing with my own stuff, I haven't properly processed it the way that I need to. So, of course, I can't go to him and vice versa. So, it was a lot. Because, again, like, that, I ain't going to say that relationship broke me, but I was sad in the beginning that it ended, but it, like I said, since I've been on my healing journey, like I said, it was just a lesson learned. Like, the Lord trying to tell me, like, we was meant to cross paths for a reason. And the thing was, like, he taught me, like, I need to love on myself more. Because, again, like, I was putting his needs before mine. I was putting my mama needs before my own. Like, it was just like I was pouring into everybody else, and I wasn't pouring into me. So when people used to ask me, okay, well, what makes Shardaye happy? I don't know. I'm dealing with this, and this. I don't know what makes Shardaye happy. So the fact that I didn't just actually release and let everything go, now I can honestly say, like, okay, this what makes me happy and stuff like that. And then as far as, like, setting boundaries, like, I was bad at setting boundaries. Very bad. Because I was unhealed. So, of course, I'm going to let this person come in and think that they can do whatever. Let this person come in and think they can do whatever, say whatever. So it like I said, it took me to get on my healing journey to just unrelease a lot of stuff. So I mean, I'm appreciative.
So where we at today? Would you say like this? You've come to the end of this healing process. Is it ongoing? Because like I said, really healing is always
I'm gonna say it's an ongoing. That's why I try to get people out of that mindset, like, okay, yeah, you didn't had this happen. You worked through your issues. You healed from it. No, because I guarantee nobody is going to be perfectly healed. Like, it's just impossible to do. Like, healing is an ongoing process. But the thing about it is, you want to get to that point of healing where your past traumas and hurts and stuff like that don't keep resurfacing. That way you don't keep like relearning the same lessons over and over again. And that is what happened with me. It's just like stuff kept happening and I kept having to relearn and keep going through these same situations with different people or whatever because I have not learned my lesson to begin with. But it's just like, okay, I can't control other people. All I can control is me. And that was my biggest thing. Like, people do me wrong. I would want to get even. Or I'd be like, okay, be an eye for an eye type of person. And then I would just have to just come to realization, like, I can't do that. Because, again, it takes too much energy to do that. On top of that, I was just like, I'm already drained as it is. That's going to drain me even more. So I was just like, you know what? You do something to me, okay, cool, whatever. I wish you the best. God bless you. Let it go. And that's where I'm at. You do something to me, okay. You want to walk out my life, okay, cool. Like, that's literally where I'm at right now because I don't have the time. Like, no. And again, the Lord is going to put the people in my life that is meant to be in my life. He has been showing me that. The crazy thing about it is I just was not paying attention to the sign. Because true enough, like, me and my ex, the crazy thing about it was I had a dream me and him was going to break up. I never told him that, but I had a dream. And I just, like, okay, whatever. I'm just like, I'm not gonna put that negative image in the air, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, life happens. And it's just, we wasn't a fit at the moment. And like I said, if it's meant to be, me and him will be together. If not, if I'm meant to be with somebody else, cool, fine. But I didn't just come to realization, like, okay, ain't no point in being mad about that situation no more. Not finna be bitter, like, shit, I wish him the best. like everybody that did me wrong, I have like literally came to terms with everybody because my therapist literally made me write a letter to everybody that has either did me wrong or crossed me or whatever, and at the end of that letter I burnt it. And I think the longest letter that I had to write was the one between my mama and the one that I had to write to my ex-boyfriend. Because I think the one to my mama was probably like 3.5 pages. And with him, it was like 8. 8 pages. I had to let some stuff go. Like,
don't give nobody that much. And y'all just go together. Don't get them 8 pages of shit to be mad about.
Like, for real. Like, it was 8 pages. Like, I sat there, and I'm talking about, like, that's why I made sure that his letter was the last one that I wrote, because I knew it was going to take a minute because it was fresh. But, yeah, I sat there, and I made sure I ain't have nothing. I put my meditation music on, and I sat there, and I wrote the letter, and it was 8 pages. When I got done writing it, I reread it back to myself, and then I burnt it.
And you feel better after that? Mm-hmm. Girl, after writing some shit down, 8 pages worth of shit, I would have been ready to pull the fuck up. Now, this don't make no sense now. I would have been ready to, and you burnt it and let it go. Praise the Lord.
Because I had to release it. That's the whole purpose of burning it.
That was a lot.
It was. Like, I was with this man for a minute. Like, I loved him. Like, I had sat there and planned my life with him. So, yes. So, I had to let all that go in order to move on. Because if not, I would have still been walking around mad at him. Because true enough, like, when we first broke up, I was mad. I was pissed. Like, I had to call my homegirl to come over. And she could tell you, I paced my living room floor for an hour. I was dead mad. I was pissed. Because I'm just like, what?
Oh, baby.
Like I said, I had to go through the emotions and process everything. And it was just like, you know what? I'm just like, I can't dwell on it no more. Because I was just like, if I do, I'm going to run myself crazy. Because here I am over here still thinking about it. He went on and doing him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I got to let that go. So I ended up having a session with my therapist, and she told me, she was just like, the reason you still holding on is because you ain't really just processed. So she was like, what I want you to do, she was like, I want you to sit down and write a letter to him. And that's what I did.
She wants you to read it and see.
Yup. She
Not just
I
keep it
read,
in your head.
She want, I had to write it down.
See it.
Once I got done writing it down, I had to read it back to myself.
Woo.
And burnt it afterwards.
When you was reading it back to yourself, was you like, what the fuck?
I was, because I was just like, I didn't even know that I was this mad. Because again, I was just like, I was holding all this in and not even knowing that I was holding all that in. Because I'm the type of person, like, when stuff bothered me, I was just like, okay, whatever. And kind of like sweep it up under the rug. And she kept telling me, like, Shardaye, you can't do that.
So,
like,
okay. Let me see, was my listening cap really on? So you say you don't deal with your mom anymore?
I mean, I deal with her, but I deal with her when I want to. Like,
So
I might not call her, but she'll call me every now and then. I'll talk to her, but it was a point in time, like, she'll call, I wasn't answering. Like, none of that.
So, because I probably need to sit down with her. Do you think your therapist would tell you just to cut somebody off all the way?
If it's like jeopardizing your mental health, then yeah. Like, if it's to the point where, like, every time you get around this person, they draining your energy. Every time you talk, they draining your energy, stuff like that. Yeah, she'll tell you, like, okay, just love them from a distance.
Because for me, I hear a lot of people say that. Like, certain people, like, girl, Lord forgive, if you and producer got into it, you could cut the producer off. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. But you can cut the producer off. But I'm just saying, sometimes I think, like, with family, when people be like, oh, I could just cut them off, I think everybody got a little bit of tolerance for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, people. I was like that too, because I'm just like, okay, at the end of the day, that's my mama. At the end of the day, that's my mama. Just like when I was on bad terms with my daddy, I was just like, okay, at the end of the day, that's my daddy. But then I had to think about it. Like, I'm grown now. I'm not that little girl.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like,
some things you only get one of mother and father. And don't get me wrong, some people do need to cut their mama off, like, or their father off completely. I do think that, but I feel like 95% of people just say that to ride the wave. You really ain't been through the shit.
I would say I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm just saying, for me personally, like, me and my mama, I gotta say now, we damn near the same person. The only difference is I chose to get help with my issues. She did. Because, again, she in that generation where they feel like, oh, I don't need no counsel. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Mm-hmm. I've been picked up something was wrong with my mama a long time ago. But if she don't think nothing wrong with her, I can't make her go get the help that she need. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, yes, I love my mama and stuff like that. But now I know how to deal with her. Like, if I don't feel like talking, I'm not going to answer the phone. Like, if she call me and be like, she want to come over. If I don't feel like being bothered, you can't come up over there. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a point in time, like, I was just like, no. Like, literally, I remember I was talking about marriage one time, and I told the dude that I was talking about marriage with, I was just like, I don't care if my mama come to the wedding tonight. I was just like, if it's up to me, I'm not going to invite her. And he kept saying, so that's your mama. And I used to be like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, but I would kind of be mad if she didn't come. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, let me quit saying it. But it was just like, yeah. Because it was a point in time when I was mad at my daddy. I didn't think me and him was ever going to talk. And we finally started back talking. Because I swear, like, a whole year and a half had went by. We was not talking. Because the stuff that was going on between him and my mama is they was going through their divorce or whatever. And, of course, you know, divorces can be messy. They gonna say the mama, one person gonna say they side, the other person gonna say their side. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, okay, I was in the middle. I'm listening to my mama say all this stuff about my daddy, so I'm believing her. But then, cause at the time I wasn't talking to him, but it was just like when we started back talking, he got to saying stuff, and then I got to seeing stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, it's like, really, y'all just need to sit down and talk. But I'm just like, yeah, all this time I was mad at you because of her and vice versa. And I was too blinded to see. Like y'all was both hurt. So because y'all both hurt, y'all trying to cause hurt to the other person. And it's just like, yeah, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I don't want to grow up like my mama. I don't want to grow up to be like her. Then I was just like, yeah, I got to heal. I got to let some stuff go and stuff like that. And like I said, it was hard. Like folks do not know. I have been in so many dark places by myself. And do you not know how hard it is to be in a dark place by yourself and you literally have to pray to get yourself out of it?
Ooh,
like I have been there, and I ain't talking about just once. I'm talking about several times. Do you know how hard it is to call on the Lord and tell Him to heal your heart and your mind and all of that because all this going on? Like I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like this healing process it's ongoing. Like it don't stop. Cause even now, like when I hear people say Thomas, if they came on bad terms or life happened or whatever, they can go back home to their mama house. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that.
Why you couldn't?
Because my mama stayed with my sister. And then the house that me and my sisters grew up in, that house is no longer there. And then my daddy stayed with his girlfriend on the other side of town. So it's just like, yeah, if I fell on hard times, like I can't go back home. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was just like, that's why I hustle and stuff like the way that I do. That's why I always make sure that I got me because I don't have that. And I'm talking about for the longest, like I used to be jealous of my friends. I'm just like, y'all so lucky. Like,
Cause they
could go back home. Like if they fell on hard times, they could go back home. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm just like, I gotta get it by any means necessary. So I'm like, I'm always that part. We not gonna use that term. So it was just like, yeah, I just like I said, looking at myself now compared to who I used to be probably like a year ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6, 10 years ago, I am not that same person because I'm just like now I just like let this stuff go and keep it pushing. Like it just, I'm like, I ain't got no control over it. And I'm just like, it's not doing nothing but hurting me. Because again, folks could say this and that, do you wrong, mistreat you and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, they'll go on about their business like they ain't did nothing. But I'm over here still mad trying to wonder like, well, why did this happen? Or why did this person do that? And I just had to come to realization like we was destined to cross paths for a reason. I have literally got to the point now where like anybody that I cross paths with is for a reason. And I just have to determine, okay, is that person for a season or a lifetime?
I can tell you right now, most people are only seasonal.
That part. I got a few people that's for a lifetime. It ain't that many.
Yeah,
but
and I'm not saying it in a bad way. How some people might say, but really, most people in your life are there for a season. And you got to get what you can take from it, whether it's good or bad, and move on to the next season. Very few people who are lifetime people. Off top, your best friend, your siblings, your first cousin. Some people close with their second, third. But I'm talking about people that, just going to be there regardless of what might happen to them lifetime people. But everybody is a season. It was a season I didn't even know you. Then we stepped into another season. We met.
No,
and it might be a season where, I don't know, maybe me move to Houston.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like, man.
That might end. That's what I'm saying. Not all seasons have to be like a bad situation, And
like I said, I done met people like that it came in my life and they didn't drop their little gems or whatever and they gone about their business. And I'm just like, that was their purpose. They was destined to come in my life just to tell me this or give me this little bit of piece of advice or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I'm grateful for that.
Oh, most definitely. And we all got our reasons and our seasons. I need y'all to like and subscribe if you haven't. We wrapping up right now. The Ladies Lounge is gone. Come back to you, Erica Kane, the big one, not the little one, gonna be your host. I'm coming back. So we gonna wrap this up. Shardaye, tell the people how they can reach you.
You can find me on Facebook, Shardaye Kendrick, my business page, Rejuvenated Sensations, Instagram, Rejuvenated Sensations, my personal Instagram, Sexy Aries 09, and it's spelled SEXII, not SEXY. Yeah. Go like, follow, share.
Definitely bye.
Yeah, bye.
Well, y'all, I love y'all, and I'll see you next time.